comic book people of the world, let's talk about Just in Case and the Closet Monster, written and drawn by Mark Julien. The main character's name is obviously Just in Case, and no, I have absolutely no idea if the author Mark Julien named him Just in Case as a play on words like just in case. But anyways though, that put to the side, the book itself is much more like a graphic novel. But not exactly. Each page is more of like a news strip story where it's sort of self-contained and ending on somewhat of a comical note most of the time. Some of the pages end on a somber note while some of the others are just downright depressing. The story begins with the character of Justin who is in the closet, and he finds out that there's another dimensional realm of beings that are assigned to all of the gay people who live on Earth, or at least the ones who start out being in the closet. They each get assigned a spiritual being. A secondary character, Father Peter, is also introduced. Being that he's a Catholic priest and also closeted, he has many other issues. And like I said, most of the story has a very lighthearted feel to it, but there are also some surprising dark turns that I wasn't expecting. I won't give any major spoilers, but don't expect all of the characters to have completely happy endings. But do expect the other characters to get their just desserts as well. Interesting enough, I didn't think there was going to be any real explanation to these otherworldly beings, but there are some brief mentionings about how the other beings came to be. And again, completely surprised by the depths of the storytelling. Even though this book is roughly around 200 pages, it is not difficult to get through. Mark is able to use a narrative that flows quite easily, and being that it's in a comic strip format, you could stop at certain points and not be lost when you pick the book back up. When it comes to the adult nature of this book, there really is no sex taking place, at least nothing on panel. There is strong language that's used from time to time, but it's more so to convey certain points about gay culture. There are a lot of mentions about guys' looks, their butts, their crotches, but it's nowhere near a class comic scale sexuality, not by a long shot. There are many other secondary characters that are involved in this story, some of which do play an integral part in Justin's coming out, and also reasons as to why he's staying in the closet as well. I will mention the character of Glance and his fiancée Saul. First, I gotta say that Glance looks very similar to the character of Bleakley from Lilo and Stitch. And second, unfortunately, his boyfriend slash fiancé Saul happens to be the closet monster for Father Peter. And that story unfortunately took a turn that I wasn't expecting, but was very satisfied with the end result. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but I was loving how Mark was tying in these characters and how they sort of weaved in and out of the story. The artwork is fairly simple, but again, it is comic strip style. And despite the simplicity of it, you still see detailed events of everything taking place. There are a lot of other plot points that are strategically put in place in this book, a lot of which have to do with the toxic issues having to do with the LGBT community, some of which include like looks and body issues. So I applaud Mark for including these points. Okay, so I think I babbled enough about this. I think this is a first-rate graphic novel. Again, though, it's not really a graphic novel. I'm just kind of saying that as a term because I'm not really quite sure what to define it as. Mark Julien, very admirable job of this book. If you're interested in reading this yourself, I'll put a link down in the description to all the social media that's available, but you could also go to justincaseandtheclosetmonster.com and you can get more information from there. But that's it for now, and even though I've said this 1,000 times, I will say it once again. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Also, hit the notification bell so you know when I put up future videos. Many of these videos will have to do with comic books, toys, and other things that I find geeky related. Many of these things will also have to do with the LGBT community or whether or not it's some sort of gay related comic book. And check out my Patreon site when you get a chance. Check out my social media sites, my websites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. I'm in love with a hero. If closet monsters really existed, I can only imagine what mine would have said to me back when I was in the closet. They probably wouldn't like the people I surrounded myself with because that helped with a lot of the negativity and everything going on. And they probably also would have tried to push me into a more positive direction. So you know what? I think that we should all have a closet monster in our life.